Okay, y'all, so this is the Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 10, episode 18, the season finale. We have Candy and Eva meeting up at a pumpkin patch with their kids. And Eva, she's saying how she just officially made the move to Atlanta. And Halloween is coming up, and she's pretty much a Halloween baby because her birthday is the day before Halloween, and she usually has like these amazing parties every year, but being that she's just moving to Atlanta, she don't really know what to do or whatever. So Candy is like, well, we could do a costume party with just us girls and whoever else, whatever. And they trying to run down the list of people to invite, and Eva is like, well, I don't know Kim like that for real, whatever. And Candy is like, I mean, I would invite her, but I know at the same time too that her and Nene are not seeing eye to eye at this point. And then Candy is asking Eva, how are you and Shamia? Are y'all good or whatever? And Eva is like, yeah, I mean, we definitely could be in the same room together. And plus, she'll be like Portia's date or whatever. And Candy said, who said anything about inviting Portia or whatever? And Eva is like, I mean, girl, listen. I ain't got no issues with her, that's y'all shit, I think she's, cute as a button. I don't have no problems with her. So Candy is like, all right, I ain't gonna sit up here and be no hater, if you want to invite her, then, it's cool, it's your party and everything. So then we see Nene and Cynthia together meeting up with Eva at the costume store, and they're having Eva's party at this church. I was like, what? I said, yeah, y'all going to hell. Having the devil's holiday in church and shit. But anyway, so Eva, tells them that, Candy kind of, helped me on who I should invite or whatever, this, that, and the third. And Cynthia's like, well, I talked to Candy the other day and she said that her and Kim made up or whatever. Well, her and Kim met up and it got kind of crazy at first, but then they kind of made up or whatever. And, Cynthia's like, I think Candy might have invited Kim and everything. And, of course, Nene, she's like, oh, God, like, why? You know what I'm saying? And they're asking her, like, well, are you going to be okay with Kim being there? And Nene is like, child, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be at the party eating plenty of roaches. So, I mean, it's fine, And Cynthia saying, well, Candy doesn't think that Kim is a racist. And Nene is like, child, please. Like, I done known Kim longer than any of y'all or whatever. And, everybody is entitled to their own opinion. And she's like, but no, she was like, really, I don't even want to talk about this anymore. Y'all know how Nene get when she don't want to talk about stuff. She's like, I don't even want to talk about this anymore, And Cynthia, she tells Nene, well, I saw you and Portia, off to the side at Kenya's event or whatever, this, that, and the third. And, Nene, she wants to get all the girls, so, together, so Portia can, be like, I fucked up, y'all. And Cynthia is like, well, don't blindside her. You know what I'm saying? And I was with Cynthia on that. Like, I mean, come on, Nene. Like, and like I told you guys plenty of times before, I don't feel like Portia owes everybody an apology for something that just affected one person. The only person that she needs to apologize to is Candy, and I just feel like she didn't apologize and apologize and apologize. I mean, it's just like I said, the situation is just getting tiring at this point. It's getting tiring to continuously talk about, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I was just like, come on, Nene, don't be trying to blindside the girl with some shit now, But anyways, so then we have Candy going over to Sheree's house, and Sheree shows off, her basement or whatever. And I will say the basement really looks nice. It really looks like, it could legit be like just, a regular room or whatever. And she did invite all the girls or whatever, but some of them are busy and everything. And she shaded Nene about, I thought that Nene would have been free since she got fired off of the Escape tour. But I mean, hey, And so Cynthia shows up, and Sheree brings some girls, to give them like some massages or whatever, in these massaging chairs that she had down there in the basement or whatever. And so Sheree informs Candy and Cynthia that, Portia called Shamia up and, like sometime after the Barcelona trip, and told Shamia, not to trust any of the girls, including Sheree. And, Candy and Cynthia, they was a taken aback, like, what? And, all the times that you done had her back and everything. And, of course, y'all know Bravo, they run the tapes back all off of the times that, Sheree has had Portia's back. Now, I will say this. I ain't really too bad at the fact that Portia said that about Sheree, because Sheree is not to be trusted. Even though it seems like she's definitely more so here for Master Kim than she is for, anybody else. I still feel like even with Kim, what I'm saying, she not, like Sheree is pretty much out for self, really, at the end of the day. It's just that she has more of a, I don't know, like tolerance is the correct word, but I'm gonna use that for right now. But it seems like she has more of a tolerance for Kim versus the other ladies. But I really do feel like Sheree, at the end of the day, if it really come down to it, she really out for herself. She'll do whatever she can, to stay on this show. So I kind of wasn't mad when Portia said that, but on the other hand, from what we do see on the show, Sheree has had her back. And it does kind of further proves, these girls' points of, it seemed like every time Portia gets close to somebody, she kind of, does them in at, a certain point of time. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I could definitely see it from, both sides or whatever. But like I said, I don't blame Portia for saying that about Sheree. Okay? But anyways, so Sheree is like, you know what? I'm done. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to about her. I don't even care no more. I'm throwing her to the wolves at this point. And Cynthia is like, well, I mean, she still got Kim. And Sheree is like, oh no, Kim only deals with her because of me and everything. And they was like, ooh, oh shit now. Like, she really ain't got nobody at this point for real. So then we have Portia's play. You guys know that Portia, has been on tour for the Two Could Play That Game play with, Vivica Fox and stuff. And, Portia, she's in her dressing room getting ready. She's thinking that nobody is going to show up for her or whatever. She's like, Nene is the only one who told me that she wasn't going to be able to make it. But as far as the other girls, they didn't, say whether they could or couldn't make it. But actually, what she doesn't know is that Cynthia and Kenya, they're in the audience or whatever. They show up and everything. They're in the audience, to give support or whatever. And of course, Shamia, she's there. And yeah, I know Kenya don't like Vivica Fox, because of the whole whatever situation happened between them on the Celebrity Apprentice. I don't watch that show, so I mean, I saw about what happened between them in the blogs, but I didn't really watch the show myself to but anyway, so of course, they still don't like each other. And I think I even saw yesterday in the blogs where Vivica shaded Kenya, I guess, off what Kenya had said about her on this episode and everything, and how she teamed Portia and all this, whatever. But anyways, yeah, so Kenya shades Vivica by saying, not too much with Vivica, the same acting skills from the past 20 years, but not the same face, or something along them lines that she done said about Vivica. But after the play is over with, Cynthia and Kenya, they show up to Portia's dressing room and everything. And, Portia is excited to see them. And, blase. And, Portia is surprised that, Sheree isn't there. I said, yeah, that's because your best friend. And yeah, speaking of best friend, Shamia, since she the one who told Sheree this information, yeah, Shamia, you real two-faced it. Like, you supposed to be Portia so-called best friend or whatever, but you running back telling these girls, they're telling Sheree out of all people what was said, the bone carrier, her, yeah, Shamia, but anyways, yeah, so she was like, I wonder why Sheree didn't come or whatever, and I'm thinking to myself, that's because your best friend done snitched on you about what you said. So then we have Eva's party. And Candy, she shows up as Pennywise from the movie It. We have Cynthia, of course, showing up as 50 Cent. And instead of her having a G Unit hat on, she has a C Unit hat on. We have Kenya showing up as a Victoria's Secret model. Eva, she's Cleopatra. And Sheree, they labeled her as Cleopatra number 2 or whatever. And then, Kim shows up as a Playboy bunny, and she brings, a tired ass Croy with her as, Hugh Hefner. And Noelle is there, and I'm like, and at first I was like, wait a minute, is everybody else's kids here or whatever? But Nene has showed up later on with her son Brent, so I was like, oh, okay, But yeah, Noelle was there, and this is her first time meeting Will, and I'm just like, her first time meeting Will is at a Halloween party. And I do remember last week, and I didn't talk about it last week, but Cynthia had showed up to Noelle's, little internship because, Noelle had like an internship at like the dentist office or whatever. And Cynthia was saying then that she wanted Noelle to meet Will, and I really don't understand why, and y'all are not in a relationship. Even, on everybody's closing, stories or whatever, they were saying that Cynthia and Will are still seeing each other after 9 months, 9 months later, meaning that they're still not in a relationship. So it's just like, why do Noelle need to meet him and y'all? Whatever. So, anyways, we have Marlo coming as Babs. We have Shamia coming in as a messy mermaid, and then Portia, she comes in as a zombie bride. Marlo and Sheree, they go over to the cut, to the side, talking about Portia or whatever, and Sheree is telling Marlo about what Shamia told her that Portia said about her and the other girls and everything. And Marlo is like, I think you should confront her or whatever. Y'all know how Marlo is. And then Nene, and mind you, I had saw like a lot of their costumes already on the internet or whatever before this episode. But so I had already knew Nene had came as, the exterminator. And Greg came as like the roach or whatever, to play on the whole roach gate situation. And of course, here go Kim with her Mattel looking face ass. I said, girl, you don't sit your stupid ass the fuck down somewhere. Like, she gets on my nerves. So yeah, she's sitting here looking like I don't think that's funny. Like, oh my god. Like, y'all know how Kim do. So like I said, Kim is throwing shade at Nene, and then she throws shade at Eva after Eva she throws shade at Eva once Eva leaves, once, Kim had threw shade at Nene. So when Eva had left the table or whatever, that's when Kim gonna sit up here and talk about some to Sheree. This is how Cleopatra is supposed to look or whatever. Like, she just a knockoff, Aladdin looking version or whatever. And Cynthia is like, all the girls were shading Sheree in the confessional. Cynthia's like, Sheree's Cleopatra wasn't even that memorable. And then they asked Nene's opinion of the Cleopatra outfit, Sheree's Cleopatra outfit, and Nene was looking like, and then Portia, she was even like, oh, Sheree she was Cleopatra, like, oh shit, I ain't even know, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And it was unnecessary for Kim to even be doing all of that, because Eva didn't do nothing to her, for her to, be shady like that. But anyway, so, Candy, she comes over or whatever and is asking Sheree, did you talk to Portia or whatever? And Sheree is like, no, I ain't talked to her about it or whatever. So then Portia, she comes over to where Sheree and Kim is at. And then that's when Sheree decides to go ahead on and confront Portia about what she said. And Portia is acting dumbfounded at first. And like she was really caught off guard. And Sheree is like, listen, have I done something to make you feel like you can't trust me or something like that? Portia denies it and everything. And Shamia is like, listen, we had a conversation or whatever, and you had, said what you said, and whatever. Pretty much confirming that, yeah, Portia girl, you did say that. You know what I'm saying? And Portia is sitting up here and she's like, she's in her confessional like, Shamia, you sitting up here telling her about a conversation that me and you had and everything. But it's like, Portia, why not just own up to what you said? If you said it, then just own up to it. But all this, backtracking and trying to act clueless, like, yeah, And then Lauren had the audacity to jump in and, say whatever she was saying to Sheree. And Sheree was like, nobody was talking to you. I'm addressing her. Why are you talking for her like she's not a grown-ass woman? You know what I'm saying? So, that's when Kim, she gonna sit up here and talk about you gotta look at somebody's character and you gotta look at somebody's character and trying, in situations like this or something like that. And Portia is like, you don't judge nobody's character, because you're questionable. You the last person that need to be talking. All y'all motherfuckers characters is questionable. Shit. All y'all characters is questionable, okay? I'm just saying. But anyway, so can none of y'all talk about nobody's character, all right? So then Candy, she comes into the conversation and Portia said something and she was like, I was just talking about Barcelona. Okay, but you're not answering the question, Portia. Okay. So then, Sheree is over it. She's like, you know what? I need to refill my drink. I'm over this conversation because obviously you're not going to own up to it. So then Nene comes over to talk to Portia and everything. And as Nene and Portia are talking, Marlo, here she comes interjecting. And, I guess Marlo was calling herself trying to apologize about what happened in Barcelona. But y'all know how Marlo just come off so strong and everything. And I guess Portia already felt like, I just got into it with Sheree. I'm really not trying to, get into no other type of conflict. So she's ignoring Marlo or whatever, this, that, and the third. And, Portia, she walks away and Marlo is following her and trying to grab on Portia and stuff like that. And they tell her, Marlo, girl, let it go. Just let it go. Like, stop it, because you looking like, you looking crazy right now, doing all that, following her around the party and everything. So Nene and Portia go to the side yet again. And Nene is trying to figure out how Portia can get back on these girls, good side because you done pissed Candy off, you got problems with Sheree, and Marlo, like, would you be willing to, stand in front of all these girls and take accountability for your actions? And Portia's like, no, they can kiss my motherfucking ass at this point. You know what I'm saying? This is not a town hall meeting. And like I said before, when it just comes to the Candy and, her and Candy situation, only person she owes something to is Candy. She don't owe these other girls nothing, As far as the situation with her and Sheree, she should have just owned up to what she said. And the situation with her and Marlo, Marlo was out of line and everything, and I don't know, maybe them two could figure it out on another day. I don't know. But they decide to go on ahead and do the costume competition. Of course, Cynthia, she wins the competition or whatever. And of course they do everybody's closing, their wrap up or whatever. But you guys know when it comes to Real Housewives of Atlanta, I don't really talk about the end of their season at this point because it's like, we already know what be going on with all of them because of the blogs and shit like that. But anyways, yeah, that was the season finale, you guys. I am kind of looking forward to seeing some people going in on Kim. I'm just saying. But yeah, come at the reunion. But yeah, like I said, that was the season finale. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you guys come back, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, y'all. Bye.